Hello, all. I am your host, Rodimus Prime. It is Wednesday, June 8th, 2022. And today, what we're going to be doing is about 3 weeks ago, I went ahead and I analyzed and broke down what I thought the Carolina Panthers 2022 record would be for this upcoming season. Today, we're going to be looking at the stories, things going on in the organization, things going on internally with the team, and kind of what their direction is, and we're going to see what's going to go on, going forward. We're going to analyze an article that I found via Sports Illustrated. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and look at the news stories and updates for the Carolina Panthers. So first thing we're going to look at, guys, is kind of the quarterback situation right now. We have three quarterbacks on our roster. We have Sam Darnold, who is our starter currently right now. We have our third round pick, Matt Corral, who we picked up in this most recent draft. And then we've got the XFL kind of standout, PJ Walker. Now, that being said, we did not re sign Cam last season. He's a free agent currently. We left the door open, but I think Cam's looking for a deal where he's going to get like 10 million over like 2 years, like a 5 million, $6 million a year guarantee. And I don't think the Panthers are going to do it. I think they would rather spend their cap space elsewhere. And personally, I think Cam is a little bit past his prime. I think now he's going to come in as a replacement mid-season for somebody, and I think he's going to be used as kind of a teaching role. I think he'll be that guy that'll kind of bounce around the league a little bit, go to team from team, kind of what he did this last season and the year before after he left Carolina and going to the Patriots and then coming back to Carolina. So unfortunately, I think Cam's time as a full-time starter and as a paid starter in the league is over. I think he's going to be a replacement guy, and I think that's kind of what he's going to do. And unfortunately, I don't think Carolina should bring him back. The stats speak for themselves. I mean, first game, he goes 2-yard run and a 2-yard pass right, there, right? And to beat Arizona. The next games, or the next 5 games, he went 0-5, didn't win a single one, and had 3 touchdown passes and 5 interceptions. That's an average of roughly like 0.4 touchdowns a game, which is not good. Or not 0.4, it's like 0.6. I can't remember. I think it's 0.6. Yeah, it's 0.6 per game. But regardless, that's not good. And 5 interceptions over 5 games, that's like a guaranteed interception a game. So I understand why they didn't re-sign him. They've put a lot of money in Darnold, and I think that they need to work with him. The whole situation is that we bring in this guy. Let's see here. Where is he? McAdoo, right? And the problem I have with Ben McAdoo as my offensive coordinator, is this is the guy who went ahead and threw Eli Manning under the bus when he was in New York. He doesn't take responsibility. He doesn't show up on time. And the guy in general seems like he's kind of a loose cannon a little bit. I wasn't super excited by the hire. I think he's a highly overrated head coach that didn't do anything when he was at New York. I think he's actually kind of gutless. If you want my honest opinion, I don't like the guy. I think McAdoo is going to be there for 8 games, and I think he gets fired. And I'm not happy with that signing, but it's what we're stuck with. So hopefully he can do something with Sam Darnold. That's kind of my take on the QB situation going right now, which leads me into my next talk. Panthers have the second most available cap space in the league. And as it states here, we've got $25,063,534 left to spend. So if that's the case, instead of us looking for like a secondary quarterback now, like a Baker Mayfield, because some people are saying let's get Baker. And we probably could get him for like $2 to $3 million, honestly, because the Browns have no bargaining power. They basically got rid of that when they bought Deshaun Watson or paid Deshaun Watson for all that money, and basically said here's like 120, 150, however much it was, and they kind of shot themselves in the foot before they got rid of Baker. So with that being said, I say we pass on Baker, kind of see how the season goes, and we're gonna hit the free agency cutoff period, and let's look at free agency. Maybe get some corners, maybe some linemen, fill in some pieces that we need. with that extra cap space. That would be the best possible option for us as a team. We need some positions to be filled. We need another receiver. We need another receiver. We need some safeties. We need some linemen. There's a lot of positions that we need filled, and I think that that cap space with free agency could benefit us in the long term. I don't think necessarily we need to be looking for a quarterback right now, because I don't think there's any on the market that are that valuable. That would be worth even investing in. So I think with the cap space, we need to look more positionary. We need to look more towards things that we need filled that are going to help us in the long run, not a short term, hey, let's get 4 to 5 wins out of a guy, maybe. That's not what we need to do this year. As I said, this year's a rebuilding year. I've told you, my feeling is it's going to be like a 9-8, 8-9 season. So that being said, I don't think we make the playoffs, so I don't think it's worth investing $30 million into getting a quarterback. So I think that we fill in those pieces. I think that's the best possible thing for us. Next up, kind of a happier moment. Let's give a round of applause and a happy birthday to Christian McCaffrey yesterday. Man, he had his birthday. Can't be too mad about that. Don't know exactly how old he is. I want to say he's like 27, 28. But can't be mad when it's your birthday. Happy birthday, CMC. I hope you had a good day. Hope you had some fun. Always a pleasure to wish you a happy birthday. And then finally on the day, I found this article by yardbreaker.com. And it says, analyzing the 4 bold predictions for the Panthers made by Connor Ward. Now, Sports Illustrated, they released an article. They did 100 bold predictions for the season. 4 involved our Panthers, and here they are. First off, an offensive lineman will deserve but not receive legitimate Rookie of the Year consideration. Ikem Ekwonu, honestly, the guy looks solid. I could easily see him doing great, and I think he will have a good rookie season, as this article states. But because it's Rookie of the Year, it's going to go to a person like who's a running back or a quarterback, because this is an offense-driven league, and offense is what makes the bulbs flash, as it were, makes the photographs go off. So, will he deserve it? Yeah. Will he get it? Probably not. I can agree with that prediction. And then he says the Panthers QB situation pleasantly surprises. Now, he talks about McAdoo being this guy, that he, is like this big offensive genius. He said he wanted to move on from Eli, draft Patrick Mahomes. Obviously, that didn't happen. I hope he isn't promoted as the head coach. I don't like McAdoo. See, like, they say he's an offensive genius. He was in New York and he didn't do anything. I understand it's Eli Manning, but at the same freaking time, I watched this guy be like, if Eli would do this, then we wouldn't have this problem. You never threw your quarterback under the bus, and the guy did it without any hesitation. 1 year into his contract. I don't trust him, and I don't like him. He looks gutless. I've said that. I'm sorry if anybody disagrees with that. I don't like the hire. This prediction here: the Panthers, Texans, Seahawks, and Bears will be the teams in the contention for the #1 pick. I would almost argue that at the end of the year, I'll even go as far as say, none of these teams will be the #1 pick at the end of the year. None of them will. None of them will. Hear it here. We're months before the season starts. 3 months. My thing is I look at what teams were the worst teams last year. And honestly, I look at the Giants. I look at Washington. I look at, those kind of teams. And I'm sorry, I don't see either of these 4 teams being for that #1 pick. I think that's purely, completely wrong. And here's the thing. I think that that's a bad take. So competing for the #1 pick? No, I don't think so. Will it be a midseason pick? Probably. And then this last take, which is probably the most egregious is all, that we're going to trade Christian McCaffrey. Let's be one thing straight. We're not going to trade the best offensive piece we have. And if we do, we're stupid. That's the only thing we have. It's the only thing we have. And if it happens, it's because of the fact that we go, oh, he's been injured. And you want to know what? That's going to bite us in the butt. I don't think we should trade McCaffrey. I think it's a dumb idea to do. Because what do we get for him? What will we get? That's really the question. If you're going to make the trade, it has to make sense. I see all these times like, oh, let's trade this guy, let's trade this guy. And then when they actually do, you get nothing in return. So make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense, please. That's all I'm asking for. I don't think we should trade him just yet. I'd say wait one more year, then maybe consider it. But McCaffrey's been there since day one, and he has given us his blood, his sweat, his tears, and we owe him that, as he is a player of our team, and we owe it to him. So many teams are willing to turn their back on guys who've given everything they have for the team. And for me, you don't give up. You don't give up on your lifers. You don't give up on guys who are there for the long haul. Because I've seen so many guys that sit through a lot of stuff, and they don't have to, but they do because that's the team that drafted them. And so they have a lot of respect and a lot of gratitude to that team, and they want to try to win a championship there. And I respect that. I mean, I'm a Portland Trail Blazers fan in the NBA, and I've watched Damian Lillard get fed so much crap. And I've even said to myself, the guy needs to leave. And he still keeps coming back. And I've got nothing but insane amounts of respect for that guy. He works his butt off, and he deals with so much, and he just keeps doing it. And those kind of guys, they will never get the full recognition they deserve, because they legit put their hands and their mind and everything to the grindstone, and they work their butts off. So that's my reasoning for not getting rid of Christian McCaffrey. I think he's earned at least that. But yeah, guys, it's kind of my takeaways and kind of the news in the world of the Carolina Panthers. But all right, that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. As always, the opinions stated in this video are my own, so you don't got to agree with them, but I appreciate you sitting through the entirety of the video. And if you could do me just one more favor, if you could please like the video and subscribe, I would really appreciate that. And as always, I will see you all tomorrow.